Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the forecast for Pisces for the month of March 2019. Welcome Pisces, happy birthday. Hope everything's going to be great for those March birthdays. And I hope it's been great for the February ones. Okay, energy around your situation is the Four of Cups. So if you've been feeling a lack of something, Pisces, in terms of the emotional stuff, relationship-wise, if it just feels a bit flat, that would be the Four of Cups. However, the antidote for flatness is just to keep moving forward and doing what you can do. And being grateful for what you have. We forget that. So let's see the story and the messages for you guys for March. This is where you are right now, Pisces. So, successful conclusion of a cycle with the world. So it's good. So something has come to its finish, its end with the cycle of the world. So whether you feel it successful, probably not as what you wanted to, Pisces, but have a close look at everything from a bit of a standing back vantage point, and I think you will find there are some ups for this conclusion of this cycle. Very much a travel cycle too, movement, just coming to an end of. So let's have a look how you got there. Page of Cups. So relationship perhaps got off the ground, and then there was a feeling of a great connection, and then suddenly the trail went stale. Never mind, you know, that Page of Cups is that new sort of blooming beginning of something. So you've got the successful end of a cycle, Pisces, and then it's crossed by and created the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is going to affect all the other cards in this spread, Pisces. So let's just see what we've got blooming and growing here with the Page of Cups. The background. The Page of Pentacles. So once again, new things coming in that have been coming in the background of the situation, however long that means to you. It might be a few weeks, months, something that you've had your heart set on. New studies, all sorts of new things that you want to try out for yourself to sort of add value to your career or just to yourself personally. Very earthed, this Page of Pentacles. So don't give up on that. Recent influences, Pisces, is the Three of Cups. So celebrations, things sort of in a celebratory mood for things, for people. Three people in a relationship, perhaps two. This might have, you know, caused you to feel a bit flat. But never mind, don't give up yet. Let's just see whatever else is coming in. Yeah, the three people in a relationship is always, this card always does indicate something like that. Whether it's the tail end of another relationship and there's one that you've met, you know, you've come in as the third person, whether you're aware of it or not, it is still very much there. So that might be sort of causing you a bit of feeling flat. But never mind, we'll proceed on and see what your lesson is, and see what we can see with these messages. The lesson. Three of Swords. So once again, that sort of heartbreak card really, or, you know, sad, grieving type of an energy with the Three of Swords. But it's a deep buried feeling too. So maybe you might be just feeling like... oh goodness, this always happens to me. I'm always sort of feeling that lack of something, or that heartbreak, that deep down grief. It's quite deeply buried though, this Three of Swords. So it might pop up every now and again, especially when you know, you enter into a new relationship, a lot of us feel, oh, I hope the same thing doesn't happen, or you sort of, it's still attached onto a gone by feeling of, yeah, just things not ending or didn't finish the way you wanted it to in the past. So there's still a bit of a sting sitting there, Pisces. So hopefully with this reading for March, you can sort of tackle that and analyse why it is like that, and hopefully we might get some more clarification a bit later on with that Three of Swords. Near future, Pisces, we have the Ten of Swords, so the ending of a difficult time. So that's quite good. It sort of says, really, I think you're going to get to the bottom of whatever it is that's troubling you about your situation at the moment. So no, like everything, Pisces, it's not going to go on forever. It's just a transitory experience. But also with the Ten of Swords, it really is getting to the bottom of this deep buried Three of Swords, this old sort of brick of a feeling of, yeah, just feeling hurt and heartbroken. So hopefully we're going to get you through that to see with clarity at the end in the near future in March. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising, Pisces. Independent energy of the Nine of Pentacles, brilliant. So, like I said earlier, focus when things seem to be going a bit awry in other areas of your life. It may well be relationships and emotional connections, Pisces. Just look at what you have got, and you've got this strong, a strong energy of completion of a project, very independent energy, very much, you know, you've created this, you've seen it right through, doing very well with that. Often this talks about our work career kind of energy. So look, there are things to be salvaged already, even though it might be emotionally a bit tricky. Just focus on what you are doing really well at the moment, and that's the Nine of Pentacles. So completion. Let's see how others see you, Pisces. This will be interesting. Yeah, Seven of Swords. So feeling a bit sort of, yeah, a bit of deception perhaps. A bit suspicious, this energy of the Seven of Swords. It can be just our own, and it's other people looking at us. So it could be sort of that other person involved in this relationship could be looking at us as, or you as, being a bit suspicious and overcautious about the energy around your situation emotionally at the moment. Or it could be or it could be friends, close friends who are just warning you to err on the side of caution with this new emotional relationship or energy you find yourself in this month. So examine that carefully and see what the truth is for you in that. Is it just your own sort of projections to friends or trusted people around you that you feel suspicious because of the past, or is it a real focus for you? So there's a lot of looking into things this month, Pisces, but never mind. I'm sure it's going to end quite well. Let's see your positive feelings, Pisces. Death, Scorpio. So your fellow water sign of Scorpio comes in and says, okay, it's time to transform. So, you know, moving things, changing things by your own initiative, making things happen. So if you still have got that fear of heartbreak sitting around, or fear of another person being in a relationship that you've entered into, you know, do things that you can to kind of change your thinking a bit. And because it's a positive feeling, I get with you, Pisces, you actually are really positive that this is the way to go to solve this problem or solve this issue that you've got for yourself. Scorpio. Interesting, water. So as we know, Pisces, Piscean season is all about water, so it can be rushing, gushing, flooding waters, or it can be stagnant waters. So just, yeah, use your intuition, Pisces, to get through and change what you can. Even if it is your thinking, could be your thinking too with these swords cards here. You've got 3 of them, so there might be a bit of your thinking that you need to perhaps look at in depth. But we'll do some more clarifications in a moment, just so you're on the right page there. The outcome of March, the moon. So definitely things are hidden beneath the surface. There's something going on. You haven't got the full story yet, and that coupled with the 7 of Swords just sort of reminds you just to be cautious about it and just see whatever else is going to be revealed. When we get the moon, it does take time to sort of, whatever has been hidden or hasn't been revealed does take usually I think a full lunar cycle, so a month to sort of come out, drip itself out of, leak out of whatever it is. So yeah, it's a month to be, I guess, really using your intuition. So with the moon, when we use the intuition or our inner voice, that can really help us. If we go into our head and logic, it gets very confusing, Pisces. So try and use your intuition this month. Now I'm just going to pop some clarification cards on these swords. The 3 sword cards you've got. We won't put one on the moon, Pisces, because the moon, when it does appear in a reading as such, and it's not coupled by another powerful major arcana like the sun, we're not really going to find out yet what it is that's hidden. So it's all, yeah, it's about waiting it out, and perhaps just focusing on other things for the meanwhile, and just waiting for things to rise to the surface. So the 3 swords cards, the 3, the 10 and the 7, I'm going to just put clarifications on. So the first one we're trying to clarify is the 3 of Swords. So underlying or underpinning the 3 of Swords, we have 8 of Cups. So there's something about a relationship situation where there is a moving on, where there's nothing else to be done about it but just move forward. And this isn't negative, it's positive, but just sort of move forward on that, and perhaps move forward on the past. Try not to let the past govern what's happening in the now. Every situation has different energies around it. So there's definitely, whether it is another person that's moved on or whether it's the person that you're connected to that is actually in the process of leaving a relationship behind, you need to sort of think about that. Let's go over to near future and see what's under the 10 of Swords, Pisces. Yeah, expect the unexpected. So this is another sort of ambiguous card, whether it could be this or it could be that. But yeah, definitely something swoops in very quickly. This is a Gemini and air card. So comes in and totally bowls you off your feet, really, and it definitely isn't something you've been expecting. So yeah, I would be intuitive in my leanings this month. I would just sit back and wait and see what happens. I'd trust my inner voice over my brain and my logic. Finally, we're just going to look on the 7 of Swords, so how other people see you. Justice. So there you go. There's nothing really to fear, because whatever is going on, it will come out, and it will, you know, if it's positive for you, if you've been putting energy in and getting energy out, it's good. If somebody in this situation has been, you know, a bit tricky or not really revealing the full extent of their of what's happening in their life, world justice will come down and it will come out, and it will be, you know, it'll be interesting for you to sort of see that. So once again, it's a big karmic card, so really err on the side of caution and just really use intuition to, trust your intuition to sort of solve whatever it is that you may be worried about. Now I'm going to pull you a guidance card from these lovely Buddhist reading cards I have, Pisces, for March. Hopefully it ties in with your messages. Energy. Lovely card, Pisces. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Energy is more than just cultivating a physical boundless energy. It's making the connection between with the universal life force that motivates all creations in the universe and in you. So using that good positive energy this month, especially intuitive energy, can really help. Intuition over logic this month, Pisces, definitely for you, and you're extremely intuitive beings. So I wish you a really happy month, and we'll talk again in April. Thank you very much, Pisces.